Well, hello, hello, hello. I am so excited because
Yes.
today we are launching the brand new podcast show,
Mhm.
Inspiring Nations with Sonja Keeve. I am your host, Sonja Keeve, and it is truly my pleasure and my honor to bring before you an incredible woman of God, someone that I've had the opportunity to meet through social media, which is an amazing platform where you can connect to women and men every single day. And so today, my guest with me is Miss Demetria Buie Dorsey. And let me just tell you a little bit about this amazing woman. She is a devoted Christian who believes in God's promises for her life. She is best known for her holistic and creative approach, as she is a leading edge leading coach and charismatic author whose expertise is evident in her previous life experience. She is deeply rooted as a sound coaching principles and well-valued techniques, which fosters transformation in people. And Demetria also teaches praise dancing to young girls. I love it. So she is truly a dynamic coach. She is a woman of God. She is even a published author, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But before I go any further, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Demetria Bowie Dorsey. How are you, superstar?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm just excited. I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited to
Yes.
meet you in December coming up for the conference and then next year in the conference. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Well, this is going to just be, girlfriends just sitting in our living room. And I just want to introduce you to the world because I think people really need to know your story. So for those who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I'm Demetria Bowie. I'm from Louisiana. I'm 32 years old. I always throw my age out there. Most women's like, oh, I'm not telling my age.
Right,
I
right.
always throw it out there. And I am a published author. I am a publisher and a mentor for other authors, new authors. And that's what I do. And I just love, love, love helping others publish their books, getting their stories out there. It is so, so important. And it's just one of my passions of helping someone else write their autobiography from me, writing my autobiography. And I just love it. It's just really
Well,
one of
that
my passions.
Well, that is amazing because this platform is designed for women just like yourself who inspire women every single day. So,
Mhm.
if you could just kind of take us back, like, how did you even get to the point where you decided I wanted to be a published author? Because I know for many of us, we all say we want to write a book, but we never take that step. So, what inspired you to become a published author that you are today?
You know what? I am so happy you asked that question because I didn't even know that I was going to become a published author. I never knew that. I know that, and back in 2009, I was going through so much in my life, and everything in my past that had happened to me was taking over me. It was
Hmm.
literally taking over me. I was depressed. I couldn't focus. I couldn't think. And it got to the point where I told God, I can't go on any longer. I was going to
Hmm.
live or I was going to die. It was going to be one or the other.
Right.
And yeah, just the past can take a hold of you and can take control of you if you let it. And that day I told God I wanted to live. And I just began in writing everything that had happened in my past down in a book.
Okay.
And each day as I write, it was helping me to release the pain. And I was just so ashamed and felt so much guilt of everything that had happened in my past to me. Um, I could I could barely write it to myself. But the more I wrote each and every day, it got easier and it got easier. And one day God said, you need to share your story with the world. Someone needs to hear your story, and that I bring you out of everything that you went through. And I said, oh God, what if I share my story? People gonna laugh, people gonna think bad of me. And God said, no, your story is for my glory. And so I began to write my first book called Refuse to Lose, because that's what it was. I refuse to lose. I refuse to give up on myself. I refuse to feel like a victim. And that's where it started, of me writing notes in a notebook that went to a book. So that's where it started from. That's what inspired me, my past, and just writing each and every day of everything that happened to me. And it was a release. And I definitely became free of everything, just releasing it. Because anything that's ever held in can never be healed.
Yes.
So that's definitely started from.
Oh, that is a tweetable hashtag moment. Everything that is in cannot be healed. And I can
experience that personally.
Yes. And I can truly, I know that our audience members can truly relate to that, because truly in your past, what I love that you said, you kind of shared your vulnerability. And I think that is kind of the first step, is being able to be courageous enough to be vulnerable, to share your story. And so I like the idea that you said that, you went to God and you spoke to him first, because I think for many of us, we don't know how to do that. So for a listener who may not be like strong in their spirit faith, and they may be in a place where you were, and they're going through challenges and circumstances, like how would you coach someone to do just what you did with writing it down, when they're so fearful of being able to put themselves out there? Like, how do you make that first step?
You make that first step by making the first step.
Right.
Because if you continue to go on and on each and every day with being so angry and balled up from the past, so many women cannot treat their children right. They can't have great relationships, whether it's business, marriage, because you are holding on to a past that God is saying, let go.
Yes.
And growing up in a dysfunctional family, almost being raped at the age of 16 by my uncle, nothing was done about it. You have to find that forgiveness. And that first step is the first step with you. Yes. It starts with you, and you have to take that step. But it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an easy step. And I took that step, but when you take that step, you would definitely become free. You would definitely become free, and your life will change. It would change for the better. It would definitely change. So taking the first step for me was taking the first step and writing it down.
Right.
Writing it. Yes.
I love it. And so when so you started this journey and you wrote the first book, and I love the title, Refuse to Lose, because I think as an entrepreneur and just as a woman, you have to be in that space where I say you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you have, right, and so you begin to kind of just come out of your shell. So as you started writing your books, what did that lead to next for you in your entrepreneur journey?
It led to, as I was writing so many books, it just led to God just saying, help someone else share their story. And that's when I came up with the magazine, Empowering Women to Speak Out. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I just knew it was nothing but God. When I started, I didn't even know how to start. And I was just calling 17. I was trying to get in touch with Jet. So many other magazine companies. God said, create your own. Create your own platform. Create it. Yes. And I created first magazine was not nothing what I wanted it to be. But as I kept going, I mean, it was just so amazing. And I knew it was something but God, because women kept coming on and they were sharing their stories. I have women that's in their 50s, 60s, and 70s sharing stories about being molested at the age of 16. And it was told what goes on in this house stays in this house. And they're just now sharing their stories. They're just,
Wow.
so this is what it's all about. Someone else being healed, someone else being delivered, and sharing their
Yeah.
stories to help someone else, let them know that they're not alone. And
Yes.
so in these magazines, when women read another woman's story, they're like, oh my God, I went through that. I was embarrassed. I didn't even know how to tell it. But reading your story and someone else's story, it's letting another woman know it's okay. Tell your story. The most
Yes.
powerful thing you can ever do is to tell your story. Tell your truth. It's your truth.
Yes.
So many times we can feel guilty, feel shameful,
Yes.
of what family members going to say or what someone
Mhm.
else is going to say. But it's your truth. It's going to set you free. It's going to definitely take you to your destiny.
And I love that because authenticity is something that we all should live by. But I know that being authentic sometimes doesn't come through because we are so fearful. So,
Oh, yeah.
as you are obviously operating in your faith walk, and you've created this magazine, and ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you the Empower Women Speak Out magazine is amazing because I got an opportunity to be a part of it as well. So I know how amazing your gifts and talents are. And I love the idea of you creating this platform because you saw a need just from your own story that there are so many other women that are being blessed by being able to share your story. So tell me, like, as you begin to see that process unfold, how has it changed you from just creating this magazine? Like, what impact has it left for you?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I can explain. Oh my God. It really brings tears to my eyes when I am reading the articles of women just pouring their heart out. It has changed me personally in the inside of me becoming a better person, of me becoming the woman that God wants me to, want, the person that God wants me to be.
Right,
It has changed of me, know of God showing me my purpose of helping other women overcome. And at first, I did not know that. And so
right,
I just started to need feedback and everything. And God said, your purpose is to help other women overcome their past.
wow,
And the prayers and everything, that's just my desire. It's to just pray for other women and just help them overcome their past, because God did it for me. And if he did it for me, he definitely would do it for you. He would do
yes,
it for everyone. If you want it, he would do
yes,
it for you. Yes, he
absolutely.
you. And it just have helped me find my purpose and just become a better person, become a better me. That's what it has done for me. That's what it has.
Awesome. That is amazing. And I appreciate that, again, that you've created this platform because women absolutely need that space where they, may have a valley experience, but that they come out on the other side and they have that mountaintop testimony. And so for the women that you come across, are these women like across the United States, just in your community? And from that, how has it changed the communities in which they live?
It's been women. Another thing that shocked me, it's been women all over
Wow.
California, yeah, Chicago, Atlanta, New York. Like there's all women all over. It even got my first lady. She's from Nigeria, and
Wow.
yes, and it's like going all over. It's not just right here in the community, and that's what I'm so thankful for, because I thought, like, it just be something local, but no, God is taking it worldwide, and it's just been so amazing. So it's been women like all over, and they're just word of mouth. They're just spreading the word, spreading the word. Oh, you should share your story. You should share your story, and Empowering Women to Speak Out magazine. It's just really been a blessing. So
And
it's
this,
been world. So
yes, and this is the perfect platform for that, because as our show is inspiring nations, and you are
yes.
doing that. Yes, you are doing that. So I get excited when I see women who are really operating in their work. So let me ask you, because I know for some women, they kind of maybe knew kind of what they wanted to do, but then there are some women who just didn't even understand how to tap into their purpose. So for you, like, what practice, or what did you do to kind of recognize that this was your purpose? Like, was there some type of transformation that happened for you, that you woke up one day and said, yes, this is what I want to do? Tell us a little bit about that.
It was an amazing transformation. I lived in Virginia for 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, in 12 years. And I moved back to Louisiana. So that's where I am now, in Louisiana. And again, I just always had that. I missed work one day to stay and pray with the lady. And so, yeah, at Walmart, I missed work. And just these things that's just been going, things that happen like that, I just knew that God this was calling me to this. I knew God was calling me to this to help other women. And just it was just God's grace. It was just his grace. Just every day I just kept the faith, and I just kept praying and believing in myself. Even when things was going wrong in my life, even when things was messing up in my life, storms was coming, the rain was just pouring, but God was my umbrella. He is my
Awesome. Yes,
and
yes.
yeah. And so I'll just tell you, just pray and but do the work. You
Right.
have to do the work.
Yes.
You can pray all day, but if you ain't working and you don't have the faith, nothing will definitely come out of that. But you have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter where you start. I just started, and I just kept going forward. And when God seen my consistency and he seen my faith, he said, okay, this girl is in it. I'm a blesser. She's in it. And so I just kept going, and God just kept revealing to me my purpose. And I just definitely had a passion for women. So it was
Awesome.
definitely faith.
And you said two very important key words as an entrepreneur. Number one, you gotta do the work. I think so many times, people who are starting their entrepreneurship journey, they say, I want to do it because I want to make money. And we know that that is one result of entrepreneurship, but it's what you do every day when you don't feel like it, the work that you have to do when you don't want to do it. And so, and then the second point you said was consistency, because I know for some folks that it can be where you spend so much time, I'm on again, off again, on again, off again. And I love that, again, you bring it all back to faith, because, the Bible teaches us faith without works is dead. And so you can't operate in your gifts if you're not doing the work. So how would you motivate someone who may want to write a book, may want to start a magazine, but they may not be getting the results they're really wanting? And so how would you kind of inspire them to push forward?
First of all, it has to be passion over money.
Mm.
It has to be passion. This has to be, I quit my job. I walked off my job to do this. It has to be passion over money. It does. It has to be passion. You have to know that God has called you to do this. Because if not, if you feel like God has not called you to do this, you would quit.
Right.
You would quit.
Yes.
If you do not believe in yourself, you would give up. You have to believe in yourself even when no one else believes in yourself. You have to believe in your products. You have to believe in your business. You have to believe in yourself and who you are and the promises that God has promised you,
Yes.
and you have to believe what God has said about you,
Yes.
and you have to believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you would take risks. You know, when you believe in yourself, you will not be moved by the negativity. So it doesn't matter if no one is clapping for you. Guess what? You're gonna still begin to believe. You're gonna still believe in yourself.
Yes.
So that's the number one key is believing in yourself,
Right.
because that's where it starts. Believing in yourself, it will take you all the way to your journey, to your destiny. Believing in yourself.
And I love it because that is something that I know that I have shared with folks, that especially in the entrepreneurship journey, that you've got to believe in yourself even if no one else does, because you know, I say, would you say that understanding your why helps you to believe in yourself? Kind of having that
Yes.
why statement and knowing why you want to do this.
Yes. Understanding why, again, it goes back to your purpose.
Yes.
It goes back to your purpose. Understanding, why do I want to write a book? Why do I want to share my story? Why do I want to help others? And for me, it was because God has called me to do it, and it was a passion, and it's inside of me. And it's
Awesome.
inside of me to do it.
So you said that, you know, you quit your job to do this full time, and that takes courage. Absolutely. First, it takes courage, and it takes faith. Yes.
It takes boldness. Listen, I walked off my job broke with a 3-year-old because I just making $7 and $8 an hour, and I was there, and I said, you know what, God has more for me, and I felt it in my spirit. I felt it deep down. I don't even know where it was. Damn.
Yes.
And I left on my lunch break. And you know what? I left in 2013, and I've never looked back, and I never regretted it. And guess what? God has truly, truly blessed my publishing company. He has blessed my books. He's blessing everything that I touch now, because I kept the faith. I could have went back to work. I said, no. I said, God, I know that you have called me to write. You have called me to start this business. So, God, you are Jehovah Jireh. You are the provider. So here we are. And I kept doing the work each and every day, even when things wasn't right, even when it didn't look right, even when it didn't sound right. I said, okay, God, come on, let's keep going. And I kept going. I even experienced my lights being off for a day. But I said, I work my business in the dark.
Yes.
Listen, I'm just what I've been through, and now God has truly, truly, He has truly blessed my business. I just believe I haven't seen anything yet. So I just believe when you believe in yourself and believe in God promises for you. He said His plans for you are good, and not evil. Give you a hope in a future. You have to believe that.
Yes,
you have to. You have to believe that.
Yes, and every, ladies and gentlemen, if you are hearing from Demetria, she is telling you everything you need to know. It really starts with that belief system, and it really starts with first you believing and understanding your purpose, why you want to do something, how you want to impact the world. And so I know for some people, there may be some daily practices that they do to kind of keep themselves inspired, to keep the fire burning in their business. So for you, what are some daily practices that you do to kind of keep you inspired and motivated to do the work that you do every day?
First of all, I'm always posting. I have some right here. I'm always posting inspirational stickers around the house. Post inspirational stuff around your house. Post inspirational things around you. I make sure I am around positive people. And I speak life over myself daily. I speak life. I'm like, I will, I can, I will, I can. And you just have to keep going and speaking life over yourself. Writing, if you have to write it down, you have to write positive things down to
Yes.
yourself. Do it. That's what I do. I love writing positive things to myself. And I love writing God promises for me.
Yes.
That's what helped me through my daily life. And I listen to inspirational music. It's good.
Mm.
Yeah, I love listening to positive music and other speakers who have motivational things to say and inspirational. I love listening to all that. So keeping a positive ear. I cut out a lot of TV shows. Since
Mm.
starting my business, a lot of TV has went out the door.
Ah.
So every day, like I said, every day I'm always writing something positive to myself and being around positive people that can help you. You don't want to be around an undertaker, someone who can take you under. You want to be around an
Yes.
overtaker, someone who's going to help you go over. So get
Yes.
from around those undertakers, those people who are taking you under and don't want you to go anywhere. You got to get from around those people. And it doesn't take you 10 and 20 and 30 years praying, should I leave that person? God will let you know when that season is over so that he can take you higher.
Oh, yes. And I love that hashtag overtaker. I definitely believe in being around individuals that want to take you higher. And
Yes,
so as you
yes.
speak to the affirmations, and I definitely believe in affirmations, and I believe there's power in
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
out positivity, because I believe when you speak out the positivity, it comes back
Mm-hmm,
to you. And
mm-hmm.
so are there any like maybe favorite quotes of yours that have guided you throughout your day that may come to mind?
One of my positive things is it's one of my favorite scriptures in Jeremiah 32:17. God said, "There's nothing too hard for me.
Mm,
There's nothing too hard for the Lord."
yes,
That inspires me within itself.
yes,
That inspires me within itself when God is saying there's nothing too hard. So each and every day, when I feel like a task is hard, when I feel like um, my dreams are too big, God said there's nothing too hard for me. There's nothing too hard for God. So that's my motivation every day. There's nothing too hard for the Lord.
yes.
That's my motivation.
And so I understand that you are a mommy. And how old is your daughter now?
I have a son.
Oh,
He's 5.
son. Okay. He's 5. Okay. And what's his name?
Zachary Isaiah.
Beautiful name. So, as a business entrepreneur and mom, how do you juggle it all?
Oh gosh. I'm glad when he go to school in the in the morning. I'm like, oh Lord, it's 7 o'clock. Come on, baby, so you can go to school. And I get a lot of work done when he's gone. But when he's here, I used to be like, sit down, let me finish my work and do this. But he's 5 and he's smart, he's intelligent. Guess what? I put him to work. I make him check boxes and do this. And when I'm going to book signings, I'm working him, showing him how to do it. So
Oh,
it's been a task, and it's great. I enjoy it. I enjoy teaching him of everything that I'm doing, so that everything I do is for him, because
yes,
I want him to live this amazing life. I want him to live a better life, and I want to leave him with everything. So
yes,
I'm enjoying it, and it has its challenges at times,
yeah,
but you definitely have to look at the side of it. And definitely, you have older children, just show them what you're doing.
yes.
Show them what you're doing. Get them involved. Get them to help you. So, you cook, your business, taking care of the house, cleaning the house, all types of things. Just get them to definitely come in and help. So that's how I've been doing my 5-year-old. He
Awesome.
enjoyed it. I don't know if
Yes.
he's gonna enjoy it when he gets older, but he's enjoying it now. Maybe because he thinks it's fun when Mama
Right.
showing him what to do. But
Okay. And I love that because you're building a legacy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is so important for parents. You know, like you said, you include your children in
Oh, yeah.
what you do, because when they see you doing the work, it kind
Mhm.
of sets a light bulb off in them that, maybe this is something that I can do because I've watched my mom do it and she's amazing at it and I have fun. And, children, most children, they love to be around people and they just love to socialize.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I love that you include your son, because it's important for them to see that, being a business owner does take work, but you can have the rewards because
Mhm.
you're doing it together. And
Yes.
so I think that is such an amazing principle of how we walk in love every single day. And
Yes.
in my community, I share with individuals that walking in love out of Ephesians 5:2 is all
Mhm.
about encouraging others to perform a simple act of kindness and passing it forward. So in
Yes.
your daily practices, or just kind of in your life of every day, do
Yes.
you find yourself, creating that random act of kindness and the impact it has? And does Zachary get to see that?
I'm sorry, you broke up at the
Oh,
end.
I was
I'm
saying,
sorry.
as you are, kind of walking in love and, creating that random act of kindness, do you see Zachary seeing that impact, and how do you walk in love every day?
Yes, he definitely see me walking in love every day. Because when he don't walk in love, and I give him that look, he knows. Yeah, so that's how I know that I'm walking in love, because when he's not and he's doing something he's not supposed to be doing, or
Yes,
treating somebody he's not, treating somebody else how he's not supposed to be treating them, and I give him that look, he
yes,
knows. And we definitely practice love. We pray together. Um, I just teach him treating other kids with kindness, not bullying, because
mm,
so many people have, I mean, so many schools are going through that, of
yes,
children bullying and children committing suicide. So I
yes,
definitely want to teach my child not to hang around those type of people. And
yes,
I'm teaching mine early,
yes,
not to hang around those type of people, not to engage in it, and not to do it. Number one thing,
yes,
not to do it. You
yes,
know, yeah. So it's just, definitely walking in love, and it takes practice. It
yes,
really
it
does.
does.
Because
It
children
does.
watch everything you do and they repeat everything that you say. So
Yes, they do. Yes,
yeah, he
they
tells
do.
everything that I say. So he go back and tell my mom everything I say, and I'm like, oh God, let me
Yes.
not say the wrong
No,
thing.
please.
So
Yes, please don't. So, so before we go, I want to just have you share kind of what's next for Demetria. What new projects, what new things that you want to share with our audience viewers of what's going on with you now?
oh wow. Well, I have my first brunch and writing class in June in Atlanta. I am so excited about that. I'm so excited about the women that's coming out, the treats that they're definitely going to get. And I was definitely moved to have this brunch and writing class of teaching other women how to write books,
Yes.
how to write their book, and how to share their story. And we have some other amazing speakers that's coming. They're going to talk about finances, health, and wealth, um, becoming a better you. And so that's what's next for me. It's for me to start having these brunch and writing classes and conferences and things like that. So it's definitely stepping out of my comfort zone. This is
Yes.
stepping out of my comfort zone. I don't really go live and do such and such, but it's just that all this is definitely stepping out of my comfort
Yes.
zone. It's fairly new to me, and I'm just excited about everything that God is getting ready to do in my life. So that's what's next, these brunch and writing classes. Oh,
Okay.
and we will be at the Ultimate Women's Expo that June the 2nd and the 3rd in Atlanta at the Georgia World Congress Center, where my publishing company will be represented. And it's over thousands of people come there. Women come there to network and support each other. And it's just amazing how you will see how women help each other, giving each other information.
Yes.
And it's just amazing because some women, they don't want to help. They don't want to give you that information that they know.
Yeah.
But I love it. And so that's what's next for me, is to look out for more brunch and writing classes and conferences and things like that. So that's what's next. And
Awesome.
collaboration, doing collaborations. I'm ready to collaborate with other
Yes.
artists, write with other artists. So yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So please share with your audience, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, if you want to get in touch with me, you can definitely email me at refusetolose30@gmail.com. I also have a website, www.myddpublications.com, and my other website, www.refusetolose31.com.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are some really easy connection points to reach out to Miss Demetria. And before we let you go, and we are so happy that you have come on to join us, I'm going to ask you 4 words, and I want you to tell me what they mean to you when you hear it. Okay?
Okay.
The first word, faith.
Ah, faith. Faith means moving. Move.
Love.
Love. Love is an act. So I think of act.
Inspire.
Inspire. Oh wow. When I think of inspire, I think of love. When I think of inspiring, I think of love. When I think of inspiring.
And then hope.
Hope. Oh, hope. I think when I think of hope, I think of the future. I think of the future when I think of hope, because there's hope for the future. There's hope in your future.
Well, I want to thank you for being my guest on
Sure.
Inspiring Nations with Sonja Keeve.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Demetria Buie Dorsey. And we hope to see you around very soon. And you will
Yes.
continue to inspire nations everywhere you go. It was a pleasure having you on my show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I so much appreciate it. Much love. Much love. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Good night.